Kael was once the Black Gate Company's shield. After a raid collapsed under his command, the guild took his crest and left him with only blame. The Drowned Temple District, a sealed dungeon gate opened for the disgraced man alone, as if the stone remembered a debt no one else could see. Inside, Kael found Lyra, a whisper goddess with no worshippers, fading beside an altar where even her name had been scraped away. Her bargain was mercy with teeth. Kael would carry her dormant power. Every life he saved would teach mortals to believe in her again. First dungeon was a root crypt under a mining town, where living vines drank fear and tightened whenever Kael doubted himself. Kael cut a path by listening to Lyra's smallest whisper, not her strongest command, and pulled the trapped miners into lantern light. Aril, the cartographer who had mapped the doomed tunnels, whispered thanks to Lyra. Faith made Lyra brighter, and power answered faster. In the furnace maze, Kael saved rival adventurers who once spat at his name. Their gratitude spread through markets and taverns. Each retelling raised Lyra higher, while Kael felt the pack tighten behind his ribs. At the Sky Bridge dungeon, pilgrims watched from below. Heel's command rebuilt the path. When pilgrims gathered, Lyra's name became a song. For the first time, Kael saw hope moving through people instead of fear. That night, the price appeared. Kael reached for a childhood memory and found only silver mist where a warm voice should have been. A mirror labyrinth made the warning visible. One reflection wore Kael's armor without a face, a perfect vessel waiting for a god. Above Lyra, the celestial ladder opened. One step would restore her throne, but the same light was erasing the man beside her. Kael set his first rule. Power could pass through him, never over him. Lyra agreed, though the heavens heard and sharpened their knives. And prayers arrived all at once. Kael answered a stranger before choosing to, and realized faith could become another kind of chain. In the Moonwell Archive, Arel found records of avatars who vanished smiling, remembered only as tools that helped gods climb. High Warden Ilion descended with celestial law. A rising god must claim a permanent vessel or be cast back into silence. Final dungeon rose from a storm sea. To cross it, Kael had to command whispers loud enough for every believer to hear. Power nearly hollowed him. Arel shouted Kael's name through thunder, and Lyra wrapped herself around the sound instead of the throne. Lyra chose the harder miracle. She shattered the vessel claws, burned her own ladder, and placed Kael's name back into his mouth. Court expected collapse. Instead, mortal faith steadied them both, proving a lesser god could rise beside a champion, not inside one. Kael spoke his name before villagers, rivals, and gods. It sounded scarred, stubborn, and entirely his. This time, the crowd answered with Lyra's name and his. Dawn, they entered the next dungeon by choice, not goddess and vessel, but two survivors teaching each other what faith should cost.